All right. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this beautiful planet of ours. I'm Marc Lainhart, the Intuitive Prospector, here for another Healing Cafe. Monday morning to you. Just wrapped up Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, where I was talking about optimistic progress, shared a little bit of a story, shared a little bit of, perspective and progress and where we're at. So good morning to you, good afternoon, good evening. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. This is the Healing Cafe, where I like to say we do spiritual chats, free readings, a whole lot of spiritual awesomeness. And let me just see that we're broadcasting okay. Hopefully we are. I'm not seeing me pop up here on the screen so I can see all of your, there we go. So my apologies in the fact that it's a little bit delayed when you're broadcasting through Zoom. So I'm getting better at this, so bear with me. But I'll get to your messages as best I can here. And let me just start back at the top. So good morning, Kristen, to you. Andre Lianke, good morning to you. Bonnie Reeves, Otis Gomez, Becky Stone Kroger, good morning to you. Regina, good morning to you. Rune, my friend, how are you? And Denise Sanchez, good morning. Jolie Brown, Jolie Brown and Shumitra Budea. Hello to you guys. I hope you're doing well. Lianke says, good evening, Marc. I hope you and everyone are doing well. Please may I have a card for this week, any card of your choice, and a card for you as well. You bet, Lianke. So good evening to you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, wherever you're at in the world, I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you're staying healthy. I hope that you're staying properly informed with all of the transformation that we're going through. Like I said this morning on Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, if you haven't joined the show, it's every Monday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, over on the Intuitive Prospector page. Monday mornings to get your week started off in a positive manner, in a inspired manner, in a way of encouraging and motivating and enjoying a cup of coffee. which I am doing today. And we talked about optimistic progress and where I feel that we're going, what I see coming, and again, seeing the great coming together and us really making a transformation for the better. But there are going to be some chaotic times. So Yankee, I'll get to you in just a second, but if everybody would just indulge me real quick and do me a big favor, just take a nice, deep, cleansing, healing breath. Move in magic in the moment. It's very important to find the magic in the moment with everything that's going on. And when we work on our breath, it helps calm the mind, it helps quiet our thoughts, and it helps just us to receive the messages. And that's what the Healing Cafe is. Again, get on my Intuitive Prospector page or check on the links that are in the comment section for all the upcoming events, radio show, latest article, Alexa, positive living app, doing all sorts of just fun, crazy stuff in life, because life is short, live it, right? Dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. So Yankee, for you, the card that I'm going to pick for you this morning, my friend, I'm going to go with the thought cards from Louise Hay. And just give you that thought, because I think thoughts matter. I know that thoughts matter. Words become thoughts, thoughts become actions. So your card for this morning is, I release all fears and doubts. I release all fears and doubts. This card is, I now choose to free myself from any destructive fears and doubts. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart, and I am loved and I am safe. That can go for anybody in the Healing Cafe. I always say to release your fear, because fear is false evidence appearing real. And we need to stay in love, not fear, especially with what's coming up. I did want to let everybody know that I haven't put it out there yet, but on November 2nd, the day before the national election here in the United States, I'm going to be offering a free meditation and holding space for peace. It's going to be called Sitting in the Peaceful Power, to promote peace and also connect to whatever you want to connect to. That details coming soon. It will be a free event via Zoom here. And I hope that you'll join me on November 2nd, which will be on a Monday, because Monday is, low vibration day, but it's the best day to really just inspire people, I found, in doing this work. So there you go, Yankee. I hope that that makes sense to you. Okay. So good morning, Emily. How are you? Tanya Ray, good morning to you. How are you doing? Mike Jackson, my friend, how are you? Tara Lee, let's see here. Tara Lee, good morning, Mark. Could I please have some guidance in regards to a high conflict divorce with an abusive ex? Okay, Tara Lee, yeah, that's some very powerful energy, right? Especially if it's a high conflict divorce. And unfortunately, I know all too well about high conflict divorces. Part of my past, my parents hated each other, and they put me pretty much through the court system to try to get one of their egos satisfied. So for you this morning, the card that I really want you to work on, or the card that I'm going to give you this morning, is this card here. And I got to go back to my Zoom to make sure that I'm giving you the right card here, and I can see it, and it's in the camera. And it talks about build your confidence. So it's this really nice emerald blue color, cyan, can't remember how to pronounce it. But the numbers on it are a 3 and a 5. And the 3 in numerology, as a numerologist, the 3 is about balance. It's about creative expression. And then the 5 is kind of that freedom, love, and adventure. So make sure that you're speaking your truth, but do it in a way that gives you the ability to have more freedom, including divorce, which in itself is a sense of freedom. But use this color, and wear it, get a crystal, get in some water. Water is very healing. And I find that colors are very beneficial to helping us on our journey. So that's for you, Tara Lee. And I hope that the conflict, which it always resolves itself, but you have to ask yourself, will you come out with a higher vibration on the conflict, or will you come out with a more lower negative vibration? My hope is that you'll come out transformed in it with a higher vibration, and that everything will work out in the benefit for what is the outcome. So I hope that makes sense to you, Tara Lee. And again, stay in that blue, surround yourself with that blue. I'm wearing a lot like today's colors. Even here's a little bit of this is a blue lace agate and bloodstone that I wear, but I'm even just wearing grounded colors, trying to just keep myself grounded. So thanks for being here, Tara. So just a reminder, good morning to the team. I know some of you are on, so I want to pull a card for you as well. So this is for my behind the scenes admins that are on the page. They're monitoring your comments. They are monitoring what you are asking. Just a reminder, one question per person. This allows me to get through the queue. I spend, this is my time to give back. It's my form of tithing, if you will, for, my being in service and to reach out to people and to help people. But at the same time, no trolling. Please don't reach out to somebody, asking for that you'll give them a better reading. It's not about that. You'll find yourself getting banned or kicked off. And again, I'm a firm believer in the Constitution and First Amendment rights, but I also believe that we can use our words to inspire, encourage, and motivate, not bring down, divide, and cause, drama. So if your words are, if you're a troller or you're being a bully, you'll find yourself kicked out real quick. And the team is monitoring. But the team for you this morning, I want to give you this card. I allow myself to feel what I feel. This card is really powerful because it's kind of that opening. It's that third eye. It's that transformation. It almost to me, it's like the planet Earth in its transformation, kind of going through this keyhole, if you will. But we need to feel, and I always go back to Charlie Chaplin, who was a silent movie actor. I've always been just fascinated by what he was able to do without saying words, right? I just said words matter. And here Charlie Chaplin is the ability to make people feel and laugh and cry. And he was a silent movie actor. And he always said, we think too much as humans and we feel too little, and we feel through here. So for my team this morning, I just want you to allow what you're feeling, acknowledge it, let it pass through you like osmosis, like we've talked about in SDG, my spiritual development group, because we can't hold on and we can't control what's going on. All we can do is control our emotions and our thoughts to our external environment, how we move forward. So that's for the team. Good morning to Ahmad. Hi. Shumitra. If you're new to the show, let us know where you're from. If you're a first-time visitor, welcome. I'm here every Monday morning. Starts with the Metaphysical Mocha Monday, where we have coffee and tea or a protein shake. I've got both today. So I've got my protein shake, got a cup of coffee with hemp milk, vanilla hemp milk. Getting pretty good at my lattes. But I usually do a 30-minute inspirational show through Facebook Live. And then I come on here into the Zoom room in the Healing Cafe. And then later this afternoon at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be doing soul guidance and inspirational talks for 2020 with my good friend and colleague, Ramitris Davis-Wright over in Norway. If you want to join the link, go to my events page, events tab at marclainhart.com, click on the tickets, $20. And we're going to be offering this series next year, early 2021 as well. And I also have an event coming up on Halloween. It's the blue moon. So a lot of energy, guys. This is in October, we've had 2 full moons. And I'm going to be demoing with my friend and colleague from England, Penny Hayward, who is also an Arthur Findlay College tutor. We're going to be doing a Zoom room together, and it's $10. It's called the Blue Moon with Spirit. It's a demonstration of mediumship. We may have a raffle. We may have some just fun Halloween stuff, maybe some ghost stories. Who knows? It'll be a lot of fun. But head to my events page to get all the upcoming events for that. A workshop in November, the medleys of mediumship. A couple other things coming on. So hope that you'll check that out and that you'll join me in the upcoming events. All right. So good morning, Odith. How are you? Good morning, Mark, and everyone. May I get an inspirational card for this week, and happy birthday for my boy who turns 9 tomorrow. 9 is the completion number in numerology. 9 means that there's a completion. So happy birthday to your son. And your inspirational card for this week is going to be Harmony, the Harmony card. So this is a 6. Turned upside down. I guess it could become a 9 too. The 6 is about just self-love for you, Odith. Just, move into that harmony of what is. It's usually based on a relationship or a relationship with yourself, another person, and or nature, because we've got the nature cards here. Don't you just love John Holland's cards? I hope to one day, I've got so many moving things. I just recorded my newest tips for Alexa. So if you have an Alexa or Echo, just ask to open up Positive Living and you get daily tips, spiritual tips from me. I'm working on my next article for Home Times, working on my next radio show, which will be my good friend, Reese Wine Davies, coming in from Europe, talking about his new book, 10 Ways to Talk to the Dead. What else? Got a November 2nd, sitting in the peaceful power meditation coming up. Lots of things, including just trying to write my book, trying to work on my accreditation for the Spiritual National Union for mediumship. And eventually one day, so if there's any artists out there and you want to, collaborate and work on creating some cards, I'd love to create some Intuitive Prospector cards, which incorporate numerology, color, messages, and really kind of manifest that into my reality. And hopefully one day put it in your hands, like these cards have appeared in my hands. So lots of stuff going on, but I love it. Life is short. So, all right. So let's keep going. Good morning to Meg and Odith. That was your Harmony card. I want to make sure I got you. I got to talking and I was like, did I get you? Hi, Kimberly McKittrick. How are you? Would love a guidance card for the week. Good morning, Adriana Rios. Good morning to you. So Kimberly, let's just plug right along. I'm going to give you a totem animal spirit for this week. I want you to pay attention to the animal spirit world, particularly the elephant, because it's saying you can overcome any problem. So work on the elephant. So if you see the elephant, hear the elephant, magazine, movie, it's just a reminder from the spirit world that your loved ones can come through in the form, not that they're in an animal, but they can actually trigger the mindset to make you think on them. For you, Kimberly, and the elephant comes to play. So you can overcome any problem. So when you see that, it's just also a mantra to remind yourself. Adriana, for you, as far as the color goes, I'm going to go deep into the color deck. And this morning, you get the color chocolate. Nourish your body and soul. It's a 1 and a 3. So the 1 and the 3, 1 and the 3 energy is 1 is independence, 3 is balance, and also creative energy. So self-creative expression. So make sure you're expressing yourself this week. And of course, chocolate. Chocolate does a lot of cool things, but it does say nourish your body and your soul. Nourish your body and your soul. Okay. So that was for Adriana. So let's continue on. Melanie Elliott, good morning to you. Misty Lewis, good morning to you. Happy morning. Melanie saying, happy morning, Mark. Anything I need to hear? I know my mind has been too cluttered to tune in, but lots of dimes popping up into my attention. So let's talk about that, Melanie, because that's what's going on currently in your spiritual pathways. I've got a stack of dimes. I'll just show you so you can see that I'm not making this up. I've literally got a stack of dimes because I received messages from my brothers. You know, unfortunately, I went through the trauma and tragedy of losing both my brothers, one to murder and one to brain cancer 3 days apart. There's my stack of dimes. It sits here on my desk because I find dimes and pennies and nickels all the time. I told them it'd be nice if they would send me some Benjamins, some $50 bills or some $100 bills. That would be great. But for you, what's going on, you said your mind has been too cluttered to tune in. So that's the starting point, to be honest with you, Melanie Elliott, is if your mind is too cluttered to tune in, you're not going to benefit from any message that I give you today. You have to really take the time to disconnect so you have time to reconnect. So disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect. And if your mind is too cluttered, you're not going to hear the messages. You're not going to be open to receive, in other words. So what I would recommend is today do a breath meditation. Power of breath. I use Soma breath, S-O-M-A, all the time. I use guided meditations all the time. Did a meditation right here this morning, just sitting. The more silent still you become, Rumi reminds us of this, the more silent still you become, the more you actually hear. And when you sit still, the journey unfolds. So that's what I'm going to recommend for you this week, just because you've used that term, my mind is too cluttered to tune in. I want you to tune in, but I want you to tune in through the power of breath and just sitting in silence. Excuse me, hiccups. And you're getting a lot of dimes popping up. That's the spirit's world. That's the spirit's way of getting your attention to let you know that you're not alone in this journey and that they're very much around us. So I want you to pay attention to those dimes and collect them like I do. And when you get the dime or you find the dime, pick it up and say, who's on your mind? Hi, mom. Hi, dad. Hi, sister. Hi, brother. Hi, fur baby. That's how they're getting our attention. So collect the dimes like I do. All right, Melanie? Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Mike Jackson is saying good morning to Mark. Good morning to you. Michael Stigley and Chrissy Marie are watching. Good morning to both of you. Hello, question about my barbecue sauce line. Okay. What's your question? Hi, Chrissy Marie. Shumitra is in the UK. Be safe over there. I know the UK is locking down. I just talked to a friend and a colleague up in Manchester. I know it's getting really serious. I know France just declared a state of emergency. I know that Wales is literally locking down for 17 days. So my thoughts and prayers are with everybody over there in England. Misty says, welcome back, beautiful souls. All welcome to all beautiful souls that are new here. Thanks, Misty. I appreciate you and appreciate you welcome people in. Michael, what's your question about your barbecue sauce line? Sounds tasty. So Mike is in Maine. Awesome. I just had a friend over yesterday that just came back from Maine. I love Maine. I loved going up. I spent years in the Coast Guard serving on the East Coast and the West Coast. And I love pulling into Bass Harbor, Maine, where the lighthouse is. Beautiful area. It's a lot like Washington State, same latitude and longitude across the United States, but I love the state of Maine. Very beautiful. So thanks for tuning in, Michael. And let's get you a card. Hi, Rita Roscoe. How are you? Michael says, make Marc a card or intuitive message for me, please. Yeah, so Michael, great name. That was my little brother's name in life. I'm going to give you the I allow myself. So I want you just to say this with me. I allow myself to learn what I need to learn. So books, brain, world, feathers, music, moon, whatever that is for you. I allow myself to learn what I need to learn. I allow myself to learn what I need to learn. We're all here. I always say life is an acronym. Learn it from experience. Fail often, fail big. First attempt in learning. And that's what life is. We're here to learn, to grow, to evolve, to transform. Most of us, maybe not all of us. I'm really kind of questioning in today's society. Like some people are progressing and some people are degressing. It kind of reminds me of the movie. If you ever seen the movie Cloud Atlas, it was a book first, and then they turned it into a movie. It was actually had a lot of stars in it. Halle Berry, Tom Hanks come to mind. But what it is, it's a concept of how we can evolve over time. It's over a 500-year span. It's a great movie. You may have to watch it a few times to get the gist of it, kind of like The Matrix. But one of the guy that plays Old Georgie, you would know him also as the bad agent in The Matrix, and he was also in Lord of the Rings. He was the elf. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he plays a character that degresses over time. He goes from being a hitman and just a really bad guy to becoming just a thought in Tom Hanks' head called Old Georgie, where Tom Hanks actually does the opposite, and he evolves and progresses over that 500-year span. So it's really a concept of how people can progress and how people can digress. And I was literally talking today about optimistic progression and where we're going on Metaphysical Mocha Monday. So make sure to check that out. So there you go, Mike or Michael. Hi, Elaine. How are you? All right. Yankee, I did get you a card earlier, so you have to check the replay. Hi, Carol. How are you? Thanks for sharing out, guys. Good morning, Gabriel. Thanks for sharing out. I'll get you a card as well. Good morning, Jane. Jane, stay safe there over in Wales. I just read the news alert that you guys are locking down for 17 days, like strict lockdown. They called it like a fireside or a fire move or something like that. I just saw an alert popped up. So please be safe over there in Wales. Gabriel, for you, my friend, I'm going to do a oracle card for you. And actually, I picked two for you, so that's not by chance. So the first one is that feeling alone, the 5 energy. Feeling alone can be a good thing because it helps you to reflect, to rejuvenate, to revive. So that card of maybe feeling alone is also triggering the crown chakra, which is the 7 energy, and the crown chakra sits right up here on top of the head, connects to the third eye, connects to the right side of the pineal gland inside the brain. So those are the two cards I just randomly picked. So 7 and 5. 7 is spiritual truth, knowing truth, hearing truth, finding truth. 5 is more of that freedom, love, and adventure, and just enjoy the time of being solitude. Find that light, find your compass, find your true north. All right, my friend. So you got a 2 for 1 today, Gabriel. All right. So good morning to Denise. How are you? Good morning, Mark. I'd love a card for the week. Your choice, please. A card for Misty. Hi, Pam. Dundas. Okay, so let me catch up to Denise real quick. I'm going to go numerology card for you, followed by you, Misty, with my oracle deck. I'm going thought card for Misty. So let me go thought card. Okay, so the first one is for Denise, and then I'm going to open up the Zoom room and see if anybody wants to come in. Okay, so for Denise, for you, you picked the pride card. I'm just the messenger, right? The 9 and the 1. This is a yin and yang card. So the 9 and the 1 means that something is beginning in 1, numerology. We go through a 9-year cycle, and we have master numbers of 11, 22, and 33. But the 1 means it's beginning, and the 9 energy means it's completing. So it's a yin yang, night, day, sun, moon. But it also talks about the pride. So be careful there, because the pride comes before the fall, as the old saying goes. So be mindful of your pride, because pride is usually ruled by ego. And what I don't know what your circumstances are for you, Denise, but I always remind people that one of my mantras that I really try to live by now is be humble or get humbled, because I have put myself into situations in the past where I get humbled, and it's not a great life learning experience. But over time, I've failed more times. It's a concept of the master has failed more times than the student has even begun to learn. So that's what I always try to remind myself: be humble or get humbled. And that wasn't always easy for me, because I was raised in a very dysfunctional family of survival, narcissistic behavior. I was, then I escaped that to go into the military, which is that, ego, confidence, arrogance kind of thing, as being a lifesaver in the Coast Guard. Then I went to the fire service. So I spent many years in the fire service before I retired, same kind of environment. And a lot of times your environment can shape who you are, but I've had to unlearn a lot of my stuff that I've learned through those different environments over time: family, Coast Guard, military, and fire service, to do the work that I do today as a spiritualist, as a psychic, as a medium, so as a teacher. So I hope that helps, Denise. For you, Misty, the card that I picked was the thought card. And the thought card for you is I turn every experience into an opportunity. So this says each problem has a solution. All experiences are opportunities for me to learn and grow. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I call those soul adventures. Like I said earlier, life for me is learn it from experience. You don't know what the day is going to bring. There is no guarantee of a future. You can't change the past. In my show, Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, I was talking about, on average, I've done a podcast on this. There's about 50,000 people a day around the world that transfer into the spirit world and die. This can be from just normal life circumstances, sickness, car accidents, plane crashes, train accidents, you name it. So it's important to know what you can do with what I call the magic in the moment, and also turn every experience into an opportunity. So today, Misty, what are you doing to turn your experiences or soul adventures into opportunities? All right. So thanks for being here, guys. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. Please share out, please like, please subscribe, and join the 30,000 plus spiritual prospectors on my page. It's just still mind-blowing, very humbled that one person follows me, let alone 30,000 plus. And thank you for contributing, for sharing, for participating in this journey and what I share each week with you, whether it's here on the Healing Cafe or Metaphysical Mocha Mondays or my podcast, Inspired Living Radio on On Times Radio. Thank you. Just go to marclainhart.com. That's your one-stop shop to book a reading with me. Check out the links, YouTube, all of that, spiritual, takeout, all the good stuff. All right, Christine, I would love a reading. Any messages from my brother? His name was Houston. Okay, Kristen. So what I'll do is I will ask Houston to draw close to me, just like when it comes to mediumship. It's just like in life. If you just go up and start randomly talking to people, it can make people feel uncomfortable. The spirit world is no different. I will actually introduce myself to Houston, and then we'll see if I get something. I'm happy. Just you giving me the one name is something that I like to do, and just everybody has their views on mediumship. For me, I'm a British trained medium. I've been studying mediumship for well over a decade now. Gone to a college to study it. And I'm also a believer that the spirit world can come through and give messages at the right time, the appropriate time, that you're the right medium. And it can just, reflect on them or a memory of them. So I will ask Houston to draw close to see if I can do that for you. Okay, Kristen, so hold on. Kathleen, hello to you. Good morning. Jane says, could I get a card? Michael, I did get to you. So one question per person, please. It just creates, the more questions you ask, the longer the queue gets. So Michael, I did get to you. Jane, let's get you a card, my friend. I'm going to go with the I Allow My deck this week because I know you're in Wales, Jane, and things are locking down and getting pretty serious again. Like I said, I know France declared a state of emergency. Wales is locking down for 17 days, like strictly locking down, like going back to what we did in March. And I hate to say it, but it's going to happen to the United States. We may not lock down all the way like Wales is because we're too divided with our way of thinking as a culture here in the United States, but we can still wear masks, we can still wash our hands, we can still social distance to get past this COVID. But for you this morning, or for you this evening, Jane, because I know you're 8 hours ahead, I allow myself to expand my awareness. So get some crystals, like, here's the crystals here, and allow yourself some diamonds. And it's funny because diamonds, I've talked about this in group, no pressure, no diamond. I am the intuitive prospector, so I always remind people that if you don't put in, the 5 laws of creation, what you put in, you get out. If you're not going to put anything in, you're not going to get anything out. So if you want to remain a piece of charcoal, that's free will and choice. You can do that. But if you want to become the diamond or find the diamond within, you have to apply pressure because that's how a diamond is created. If there's no pressure, there's no diamond. So allow yourself, Jane, over the next few days, especially if you're going to be in isolation or lockdown, I allow myself to expand your awareness. Because as Tolle teaches us, Eckhart Tolle, the greatest change is through awareness, or the greatest change is awareness. So there you go. All right. Let's see here. Good day to Carol, Tina, Poletsky. Good morning to you. Again, I'm just catching up to your comments, so bear with me. There is a delay between Zoom and I have to look on my phone for the real-time comments. Denise, I did get to you. Hi, Daisy, Medina, Chrissy, Marie. Hi, Mark. May I have a card or message today? You bet. Yeah, so again, guys, if you are, good morning, Jessica. How are you, my friend? I miss you. If I didn't get to you, or you got booted off and you don't catch the replay, if you've asked your question and I missed it, please put bump. That lets me know, and then ask your question again that I missed it. But so far, I believe I've gotten to everybody. And if you missed it, then you got to go back and watch the replay later on. So Chrissy Marie, I'm going to give you an affirmation this morning. I feel like you could use a little bit of fun. So I'll just read it to you. It's talking about Joyville, no judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh. And just to begin to enjoy the simple of being. Who hired this guy anyway? So that is for Chrissy Marie. Again, no judgment. Find your Joyville. And again, I always remind, we are human beings. I always think about why are we named human beings? Are we really being, or are we more doing? I think that we probably in today's society would be called human doings versus human beings, because we're not enjoying our environment. We're not respecting our earth. We're not respecting our culture and our society. We're not being good stewards to leave, something better for the generations that come behind us, like the generations before us did for us. So work this week on being a human being versus a human doing. Okay. All right. Hope that helps. All right. Sarah's here this morning. Sarah Plowick and Donna Bradisi Orsano. Donna saying good morning from New York City. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Wendy Porter. How are you? Susan David and Ropati Talua. Hello to you. I hope I'm saying your names right. I apologize if I'm not. I'm doing my best. Hi, Rafe. How are you, my friend? Azura. How are you, Azura? Donna is saying, any messages for me, please? Ruby, good morning to you. You look great in crimson. Oh, of course you had to say that, Jessica. So Jessica is a good friend of mine, and she went to WSU, which is Washington State University. I'm a Husky, which is the University of Washington, which is purple, and WSU is crimson red. So that's why she's telling me I look good in crimson. So touche. All right. Hey, Scott Rankstraw, Melanie Rojos, good morning to all of you. Rafe, I know we wanted to talk with your father. I'm gonna put the Zoom link here on the comment section in just a second. Have you come in and see if I can make a bridge with your father, see if there's anything that I can get from, I don't want to say father, I want to say papa for some reason. So we'll get to that. And then I also have a request for a Houston. I believe this was a brother that passed to come in, see if I can get that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the, let me grab the link here. Copy invite link. Okay. Copied. And let me get over to Facebook here real quick. So Rafe, if you're willing to come in and have a conversation, with you. I know you called in last week, but it's so clunky to call in. That's why I went to the Zoom room too. And it's just, I find it easier. So I'm going to put that into the comment section. David Tostenrud, go Cougs. Oh, Mr. Tostenrud, you're killing me here. How are you, David? Thanks for being here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Zoom link in the chat board. Let me go back over to Zoom so I can monitor this. And when you get that link, so I'm inviting Rafe into, I want to have a conversation because I know he wants to connect to his dad. And then there's another link for a brother named Houston. Happy to do that. I'll put you in the waiting room until I can bring you in to do some mediumship. Again, I'm the messenger. There's no expectations. There is no script or planning. It's literally a box of chocolates. I'm willing to open myself up to see if I can do this for you. I'm not always successful. It's not always guaranteed, but it's just something I do every Monday to show up, to be in service, to help others, to bring reunions from spirit through spirit to you as a spirit. So Rafe, if you want to come in, if you don't, just let the team know or make a comment. The link is in, or if the team could grab the link with the passcode, which is 2020, that'll bring you into the Zoom room with me. And if not, then I'll have the young lady who's trying to connect to her brother come through by the name of Houston, I believe. So good morning to you, Sarah, from Ireland. Beautiful. I hope to visit Ireland one day. I really do. It's funny because I was actually supposed to be in England this week, starting last week, this week, and next week. I was in, my mentor's over in England, and she was doing a mentorship up in Manchester, believe it or not. And I was going to do some mediumship over in the spiritual churches and have a week of mentorship, and we had to cancel that because of COVID. So I'm kind of sad that I'm not over in Europe right now, in England, doing this. So we'll just do it from the Zoom room. So thanks for being here all the way from Ireland. Sarah Henderson, good morning to you. Christy Tedford, you're in Olympia. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here. Barbarella, good morning to you. Music Mind Harmonic. That's a cool name. Pam, good morning to you. Good morning to Sue Murray. How are you? Barbarella says, can I get a card, please? You bet. So I've got 2 requests for mediumship. Again, the link is in the description, or if you want, I'm sorry, it's in the comment section. I'll put it in one more time if you want to come in and have a reading with me. I'll put you in the waiting room, depending on who comes in first. But the link is there so I can see it. I don't know if I can put it in the chat board. I can't. Okay. So the link is there. Password is 2020. If you want to come in and join me, please do so. Until that time, I'll just keep going with the queue. We've got a pretty long queue. A lot of awesome people joining today. So again, grab your coffee and let's see what we get. So I've got one person in the waiting room. So hold on real quick. Let me get this card to Barbarella, which says this: I have the perfect living space. I have the perfect living space. So I see myself living in a wonderful place. It fulfills all my needs and desires. It is a beautiful location and at a price I can afford. So that is for Barbarella. So thank you, Barbarella, for being here. Just a reminder, if you come into the Zoom room with me, please either put a headset in or turn your volume down on the show so we don't get feedback. And it looks like I've got Bonnie. So let's admit Bonnie into the Zoom room. See what we have here. Let's go to gallery view. Hey, you're not Bonnie. Here, let me unmute you, or if you can unmute yourself here. Yeah, there's a little tab up in the right-hand corner that says unmute. If you just press on that, or if you're on a mobile phone, if you just hit the screen to allow you to unmute. I know you're talking, but I can't hear you. Let's see. Let me try to unmute you on my end here. Unmute audio. Yeah. So in the upper right hand, if you're on a mobile phone, you may have to just hold your screen, and then you should see an unmute come up. For some reason, it's not allowing me to unmute you. Unmute. Probably the first time you're joining. That's probably why. There you go. There you go. Hello.
Okay. Hi. How's it
Right,
going, Mark?
good. Where are you at in the world?
I am in the San Francisco Bay Area.
San Francisco Bay Area. Well, welcome. Let me shut this down here. So last week, I know you called in. I know your father recently passed, or your father had transitioned into the spirit world. So my condolences to you on that. But I also teach on the work that I do that they're gone in body, but there's so much present in energy, love, memories, thoughts. And when I was connecting to you, Rafe, last time, I didn't want to say father. I wanted to say papa. And I know that this gentleman, as I asked him to draw close to me and just give me any information in mediumship. Have you ever done a mediumship reading with a medium? Have you ever done any of this? Or is this
I don't know if you remember Sylvia Brown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She was my first. So, yeah, I've done several.
Wow. So you actually connected with actual Sylvia Brown, who's into the spirit world. Wow. Good for you. Well, I'll see if I can live up to that standard of that name. So what I do, Rafe, is and who's Bonnie? Is Bonnie your wife?
Yeah.
Brent? Hi, Bonnie.
Yes,
Is Bonnie here too?
Yeah, she's in the kitchen.
Hi, Bonnie. Welcome to the Healing Cafe. So the first thing I got was papa, though. Father doesn't feel right. So I know based on the culture that papa, Spanish, or he comes from a different area of the world. He doesn't come from America. But he may be in America, or he may have passed America, but I know his culture comes from a different part of the world. I don't know if this is South America or Argentina or going south of the United States, but I want to say papa.
Yes, correct. He was Portuguese.
Portuguese. Okay, so more going towards the east than towards Spain, which is, Portugal, Spain is right next. So going east. Okay, I know too with this gentleman, I know from just what he's showing me, he shows me, I know he was older when he passed into the spirit world. But he shows me that he's much like your age now, because he's saying, I don't have the glasses anymore. I can see without my glasses. So I know from a point in his journey that he had to wear glasses or his eyes were really bad, because he's saying, I can see clearly now without the glasses. And I want to say they're almost like round glasses, like spectacles like this. Would you understand that reference, please?
Yes.
Okay. I'm supposed to tell you, Rafe, is don't let your heart be heavy. I am just fine. I didn't suffer. It was a very beautiful. I know that his mama or your grandmother was there to welcome him, because he's saying my mama was there. And I know that you had at one point a connection with his mom, your grandma. You may have been much smaller, but she's saying hello as well. So I've got your grandma on your dad's side coming through, and I know that your dad was fine. Now, was there a sickness with his passing, or did he have ailments with, I just feel like I'm very heavy with almost like a burden of sickness is how he makes me feel.
Yeah, he had Parkinson's.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of that heavy, because everything just, it's a very horrible, it's like MS, right? It's that same type of horrible nervous system being attacked, and because I lost my father-in-law to MS. And so, but I'm supposed to just let you know today in the Healing Cafe that he is no more glasses. He is very much about your age, but he's saying, I could actually beat you in an arm wrestling match. So I don't know if it actually did arm wrestling, but he's saying, I could beat you from an arm wrestling match. And he loves your wife. He loves your wife, Bonnie. I know that he's saying without her, you would be lost. So I know that there is a real connection with your father and Bonnie as well. But he's saying, don't let your heart be heavy. I am just fine. I'm in good health. I can see clearly now. And I know that he's a man of faith, because I know that there is either a Catholicism background or a rosary with your father. I know that he was a strong man of faith, because he's showing me the rosary. And when I see the rosary, Rafe, this to me is a man of faith, a man of a believer in God, or a believer in whatever his belief system was. But it does take me to the Catholicism or the Catholic background because of this rosary. And I don't know if you actually have a rosary that would connect to him, but he is showing me the rosary.
I do. And the thing is, before he married my mother, he was a Catholic priest. In
There you go. There you
so,
go.
yeah.
Well, he wants you to have faith. And he's making me feel like your faith has waned a little bit with everything that's going on, society, COVID, his passing. He's saying, have faith, this too shall pass. And it feels like that's the advice he would always give you, that this too shall pass. Don't give up on hope. Don't give up on faith, because he's a man still coming from the other side, letting you know to have faith, to have hope. Give Bonnie a big kiss from him. I feel like he wants to give Bonnie just a huge kiss, either on the cheek or both cheeks or on the lips. But I just feel like this man would have loved to kiss as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just meeting him for the first time. I know we tried last week on the phone, but I like this interaction better, because I can see, everybody can see the interaction of a reunion of love and healing, and just knowing that life does continue on after death, or what I teach on after death communications, or ADCs. And I know with your father too, that there's a specific, I feel like I want to talk about a quick drink with you, because he's toasting from the other side. He's saying cheers, but I feel like there's a very specific drink. I almost want to put it in a tumbler glass from him. So it's either a very fine whiskey or a fine drink, but I've got a tumbler glass with him. There's a tumbler. So what's this tumbler glass?
I want to say Caparena.
What is that?
It's a Brazilian drink made from cachaça.
Okay. I learn something new every time. I just know, would it be kind of an auburn color or a brownish color, like a whiskey? Would it have that type?
Oh, no. Okay, then you're talking about port, probably port wine.
Port wine. Okay, because it's more darker in color to me, kind of like my shirt, I guess, is how I would portray it. But what's the other drink? Because I'm learning something new as well.
Cachaça.
Cachaça. Okay, you might have to send me that so I can look it up and add it to my database of information.
Oh, okay. The drink is Caparena. It's made with cachaça.
Okay, send me that link so I can learn about it. That's what he's showing me. He's saying, so this is him. He's toasting to you with that drink. And again, have faith. Don't give up on hope. He is just fine. He's not suffering anymore. And I want you to pay attention. You're in San Diego, you said?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. I want you to pay attention to the dolphins. When you have an interaction with a dolphin, not that he is a dolphin, but a porpoise, or you look out, you see dolphins or whales. That's his way of trying to trigger the mindset. There's something connected to the water, like a dolphin or a whale, that I'm supposed to talk about based on where you're at, specifically in San Francisco. So pay attention to that, because that's how he can trigger the mindset to come through. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right, my friend. Well, thanks for coming in. I'm glad that we could at least connect with your papa, and cheers to you, my friend.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark.
Take care. Bye, Bonnie.
Bye.
All right, so let's continue on. I think we had Sue here. Let me see here. So Stu, thanks for your patience, guys. Just a little bit of mediumship. Again, that link is in the field. I know I have another request for a Houston or a brother named Houston to come through. So if you want to come into the Zoom room with me, I'm happy to see what I can get. I got to keep a track on time, because I do have an event at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to join, go to my events page. It's called Soul Guidance and Inspirational Speaking, that I will be doing at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's $20 via Zoom. And you join people from all around the world. It's a great way to stay motivated, encouraged, and inspired. So we paused at Sue, so I didn't forget about you. I paused the queue where I'm at when I do a mediumship reading. So Sue is saying, happy Monday, Mark and Tribe. Can I have a message on work, career, please? Much love. All right, much love to you, Sue. Yeah, let's get you a card on work. Let's see what's going on with the work here. Well, it's interesting, because it's talking about detachment, and it's an 11 energy. So it's being at peace with, it's kind of the shadow card, the light card, and the shadow right here. And then the tree of life, you know how the trees let go of the leaves in the fall, and we're in the fall season, because it's a good reminder, Sue, that we need to detach as well. So this may be actually a good time to detach from your work, and be at peace with what's going on. The number 11 is a master teaching number in numerology. It's 11, which is teaching. But when we detach, we were just talking about this yesterday in our online church service that I attended, because we're working to Halloween, which is actually, if you go back, Farmer's Almanac, the new year actually started November 1st. So the veil becomes very, very thin. And October 31st, November 1st, and November 2nd are very, very thin days for the veil. And it's a great way to detach. I recommend that for anybody. Take the time to disconnect, so you have the time to reconnect. So take this time to maybe just detach for the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing that myself, taking a break, taking a pause. So Sue, I'd recommend that to you. So thanks for your question. Thanks for being here. Cheers. Hi, Christina Menina MD and Lester Johannes. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Wendy Galindo, hello. Jackie Broderick and Mr. Tostenroot. Hi, David. How are you? Hope you're enjoying your new home. Congratulations. Please give a big hug to your amazing, beautiful wife, my former manager and boss, who I miss greatly, Susan. So Tenny Wakefield, hello to you. Thanks for being here. Chelsea, how are you? Chelsea saying, hi, Mark, I'd love a message for the week. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Reg, my friend. Hope you're doing well. You're welcome, Melanie. Chelsea, let's get to you a message for the week. I'm going to give you a crystal for the week. And the crystal I want to give you, I feel like if you can use this, again, I believe in crystals. I believe in the power of amplifying. It's kind of like a guitar, right? A guitar is just a guitar, but when you plug it in, it's like you play it, it's like bling, bling, but then you plug it in, it's like bling. So crystals can really enhance the journey. It can bring about peace and guidance and inspiration, and it's really great at reducing depression and anxiety. So for you, Chelsea, I just feel like I need to give you a crystal for the week. And the crystal that I want to share with you, it's called Cinnabar, is the actual name of the crystal. So Cinnabar, and it tracks abundance. So it's an abundance stone, and it says that it increases assertiveness in selling, and it aids in prospering in one's endeavors without inciting aggression. So it's called Cinnabar. So I want you to do me a favor for your reading this week. The message is to get some Cinnabar, get it in a crystal form, wear it, have it around you. I've got tons of crystals all around me. Here's one right now that I'm using for healing, just to keep everything in balance, to keep everything with that, what I see coming with, the burdens of what's coming and the balance of what is. So use that crystal to help you with your journey, Cinnabar. Okay. I hope that helps. All right. So again, I've got a request. If that young lady wants to come into the healing room, the Zoom room, and I'll try to connect with her brother, Houston. I'm happy to do that, asking him to draw close and see if there's anything he wants to give me. Happy to do that. So Levi, good morning to you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Mark. This is Tina Weisburn. How are you? Could you pull a card for me? You bet. Let's pull a color card for you this morning, my friend, because colors are very important. the power of gold, attract abundance in the 2 and a 1. So the 2 is peace. My camera's getting out of. 2 is peace, 1 is independence, but the power of gold, which is transformative. There's always that story of the transforming like gold, like you go through the intense heat and pressures of life, and it actually makes you stronger, like the gold does. The gold can be liquefied and then be hardened and be strong. But it's talking about attract abundance for what you're going through right now. So attract abundance through the power of gold. All right, my friend. Thanks for being here. All right. Chelsea's saying Maine is absolutely so beautiful. So proud to say I've been there. Yeah, me too. Hi, Jennifer Nadler. How are you? Miss Benoit, how are you, my friend? Good morning to Colleen. Thanks for being here. Josephina, how are you? Sending all beautiful love. Thank you, Colleen. Reg saying good morning to you. I want to let you guys know that I have a special guest coming on next Monday. She is a friend and a colleague, and she's somebody I've mentored and somebody that's been in my spiritual development group. She's going to be joining me next week right here live in the Healing Cafe to do live readings and give you readings to have you come in. So be on the lookout for her. And I'm excited to have her join me. So again, guys, please like, share, subscribe at the end of the month with all of my different channels, whether it's if you subscribe to Positive Living on Alexa, if you get on my YouTube channel, if you get on my newsletter, Soul Adventures, if you like the page or subscribe to the page, my Instagram channel. I take all those names and I pick one person at the end of the month, and you get a free reading here in the Zoom room with me. So make sure to contribute, make sure to participate, because you can also get your top fan badge by participating on the site. The Facebook does that. I don't regulate that, just FYI. All right, so let's continue on. You're welcome, Gabriel. Hi, Gina Coppola. How are you? Good afternoon. Mark, can I have a card? Anything you feel I need to know? It's called Fire Brick. Thank you, Jane. I knew it was fire or something, but it's called Fire Brick, and it starts Friday, so they're going to lock you down in Wales. So, Gina, let's get you a card real quick, my friend. I'm going to give you an affirmation card this week because we could all use a little affirmation. So this card is called Inspiration. This is for Gina Coppola. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper. But the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon, it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. So what I love about this card for you, Gina, this is actually a pretty cool card. One, James Earl Jones is the voice of Darth Vader, right there, Darth Vader. And two, you get a whole round of applause. So think of James Earl Jones in his Darth Vader voice, I am your father, with a round of applause. And I have clapping here. There you go. Inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. Be inspired, inspire others, inspire before we expire. So there you go, Gina. Thanks for being here. Let me know where you're from. If you're new to the show, please let us know. The team or myself will welcome you in. I do go back after the show and do after show comments and connections. Christy says, unfortunately, I got booted out. And yeah, Christy, so go back and watch the replay. I did get to you, my friend. Tina says, I like that. Be humble or get humbled. Yeah, I've learned a lot from that. All right, Pam Dundas, would love a card of your choice. Many thanks. Well, you're welcome. So let's see here. Where I lost the comments. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys, it jumped on me. My bad. Newest. There we go. Okay, I think I caught it. All right, so let me catch up here. Pam, for you, I'd love a card of your choice. Let's go with, what am I feeling? I'm gonna go to my Oracle deck. So this is for Pam Dundas? I hope that I'm saying that right. So I'm picking the spiritual strength card for you today. The 9 energy is a completion. So you should be going through some completion of something in your life. And you're gonna need some spiritual strength to help lift up everything, what is unseen, right? We have the physical world. This is the physical body. This is called the spiritual body, or the etheric body is what we teach on as mediums or spiritualists. And you're gonna have to lean on some of your trust and patience for the spiritual side, the etheric body, to give you spiritual strength in the days ahead. And we are building where we're gonna need some faith and trust and hope on what's coming up in the next weeks ahead. it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a very insightful, interesting test on the character of America and where America goes from this. So it's interesting. If you want to see my predictions on the election, go to marclainhart.com. I did an interview with West Seattle Here News, did my prediction for what I see for the outcome of the election, who's going to win it, what kind of troubles we're going to be in for. But I do see this as the great coming together when it's all said and done. And we're going to need some spiritual strength. So there you go. All right. Thanks for being here, Pam. Have a great rest of your day. Let's see here. Denise says, I deleted my comment because of a typo and I rewrote it. I don't know why it's still showing. We'll see if we can get that cleaned up for you, Denise. Don't worry about it. All right, David, can I get a card? You bet. Hi, Wendy. Douglas, how are you? Cheers to you. Let me get a card for Mr. Tostin Rude. Let's see what I want to give you here, my friend. You know, David, I'm going to give you a totem animal spirit today. I just feel like, you know, the power of nature. And I feel like I've got a father that's really close coming in, or a father figure that's coming close to me to remind you, get ready for the big changes. It's the butterfly. So it's the caterpillar to the butterfly. So if you would resonate, David, with a father or a father figure, somebody, this could be a father-in-law, a grandfather that was like a father to you. I just feel like I'm supposed to remind you from your father or father figure or father love energy, that the butterfly is reminding you that we're all the caterpillars. We're all the caterpillars right now, and we require a season of isolation before we become the butterfly. But he's just telling you to get ready for some big changes. Get ready for some big changes. So when the butterfly is, you see the butterfly or a caterpillar, it's just how they trigger the mindset. Not that they're a butterfly, but that's how they can connect with us, because they don't have this anymore. They don't have the vibration off a vocal cord, which technically is pretty primitive if you think about it, in our evolution of where we're going with communications and our technology, when we should be connecting here telepathically. Eventually we will. We're kind of, that doesn't happen overnight, right? Because you got to go, we went from the telephone to email, to text. So we're slowly moving in our communications process. But what it does is the spirit world, when the butterfly comes into your reality, whether you see it in real life or you see it in a magazine or a movie, it's a way to go, oh, Marc said the butterfly, it triggers a father figure, somebody that would have been like a father to you or father love, let you know that they're not gone, that they're just a thought away. They're not here in the physical body, but they're very much around us in what I call a world within a world, the etheric plane, if you will. They come through in thoughts, energy, impressions, technology, lights, all sorts of stuff. It's crazy, guys, because I never used to do this. I never believed in it. It was only through my, experience of my own near-death experience. It was through the trauma and tragedy of losing my brother to murder, my brother to brain cancer, 3 days apart, losing my father-in-law to MS. That changed me to be open to all of this and why I teach and do what I do. So I think it's healthy to have that skeptical mind when you are working with me or tuning into my shows. And life is short, question everything. But I believe in the intelligence, the love of the unseen spiritual world. And David, I know that butterfly will make itself known to you in the next few days. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being a first-time viewer and listener. All right. Donna says she's in New York. I could use a message. All right, Donna. Chrissy's saying perfect for today. Thank you so much. Okay. Good morning to my beautiful, amazing niece, Natalia. Good morning to you. Good morning, Uncle Marc. Just wanted to tell you I've been getting a lot of coins lately. A lot. Really a lot. Okay. Well, you know who that is. You know that's my brother, Todd, your dad, Todd. I get quarters and dimes and nickels from him and Michael all the time. So I love it that he's making a connection to you. So let me get back to Donna real quick. And again, I've got a link in there. I've got a request to connect with a brother named Houston. If you want to come into the Zoom room, please let me know. If you don't, please put a comment that you don't want to come in and have a conversation, because I'd like to have you come on video with me. It just helps with the interaction. It helps with the reunion. I used to have you call in on the phone on my business line, but I went to Zoom because I think it's easy to it's easy to get in. The password's 2020. The link is right there in the comments. You click on it. If you're on a mobile device, you just actually hold your screen down and the comments or the commands will come up. If you're on a desktop like what I am, I can navigate you through if you've never been on Zoom with me before. Excuse me, got the hiccups. Okay, so let's see here. For Donna, you could use a message. Trying to see what that message is for you. Like I said, guys, I don't have a script or plan. I just show up into the Healing Cafe and it just unfolds as it's very organic and it unfolds as it should. with the right timing. So Donna, for you, psychically, I'm going to go to my, I'm being called to use one of my inspirational books. It's called You Were Not Born to Suffer by Bauer. And I'm going to open up just to a page, and I'm going to read from that page. And it says this. I opened up to page 222, which is a master number of peace and being a responsible caregiver is what that energy Donna talks about. So the 222, page 222, just so you can see 222, page 222. And I'm just going to read from page 222, and it says this: wherever you are, please take a few slow, deep breaths into your belly. Feel your whole body from your feet all the way up to your crown of your head and then down to your fingertips. Please relax any tension you feel and let yourself be. We are called human beings. And a lot of times, like I said earlier, we don't practice the art of being, we practice the art of doing. Using each inhalation to open your body and create inner space. Welcome everything you're thinking, feeling, and experiencing here in this moment. Please be present to your body and to your breath. So that is for Donna. That's your message today. Just picked out page 222 at random. You were not born to suffer. I use this book a lot. And he's right. It is the power of breath. I want you to work today on your power of breath, because power of breath brings you into the magic of the moment. And power of breath is what's the first thing you do when you come into life. You've been breathing liquid for 9 months. You pop out, and all of a sudden you're like, and what's the last thing we do when we leave this body? We exhale. So I want you to practice a series of inhalations, and every time you inhale, breathe in what you want, smile, release what you don't. Smile. Okay? So good message for you today, Donna. Work on the power of breath, and that's something you can apply right now. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. So thanks for being here. All right. So Azura, hello to you. Arlene Mills, how are you? Manchester is so fun. Yeah, I wish I would have been there. I was supposed to be in Manchester, so it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe next time. So Azura Cole says, I would love a card reading. Thank you. Okay, let's get you a power of thoughts. And Tina, can you ask your question again? It looks like you put bump, so I apologize if I missed you. So this card is for Azura Cole. It says, I listen with love to my body's messages. So this is the art of listening, which us as all humans can learn to do. But it says this: my body is always working towards optimum health. My body wants to be whole and healthy. I cooperate and become healthy, whole, and complete. So a lot of times, if we listen to the body will tell us exactly what we need, what we don't need. A lot of times we call this disease or dis-ease, because the body becomes at dis-ease with something in your pathways. So I really want you to listen. Now, I'm not saying that's what is for you, Azura. I'm saying if you listen, you can find that diamond within. You can find that path to help for better health, better joy, better life moving forward. So I listen with love to my body messages. I listen with love to my body's messages. So there you go. All right. Hope that makes sense. All right. So Tina, ask your question again. I'll try to catch up to you. You're welcome, Odith. Donna, you did miss your name. So you got to stay on board. You have to go back and watch the replay, because I go in order of the queue. So again, when you ask one question, that's your one question for today. If you get an invite to come to the Zoom room, you can. But then if I answer your question, I go to the next person in the queue real time. Happy birthday to you, Wendy. Can I get a guidance card? Have an awesome week. Let's see here. Let me see it. I'm going to allow card here. Okay. So this is for Wendy, who is celebrating a birthday, going around the planet. So this is your card for the week. I allow myself to be clear and focused in all that I do. So it's kind of like the crystal, the globe, right? And the light's coming on. So really allow yourself this week, as far as inspiration and motivation, encouragement, allow yourself to be clear and focused in all that you do. I remind people that your focus determines your reality. So pay attention to that. And happy birthday to you. All right. Good morning to Jill. How are you? Thanks for being here. Cynthia Mulonix, good morning or good afternoon to you. Alyssa Lee, hello to you. Michael, I did get you a card, my friend, so you have to go watch the replay again. Just one question per person. If you guys miss your interaction with me, go back and watch the replay. That's the best I can do if I try to get to everybody, because again, I'm on here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, And I got to leave a little bit of time because I got a session at 11:30 that's going to be soul guidance and inspirational speaking 2020. If you want to get your tickets to that via Zoom, it'll be here in the Zoom room. Different link though, so you have to pay for that link. Hi, John Lackey. How are you? Libet Navarez. Hello to you. Carrie Gibson's Manuela. Hello to you. I always apologize if I say your name right. Say your name wrong. Please don't take it personally. I'm just kind of in the flow, saying your names, giving shout outs. Christine, I can't get into the Zoom chat to work. Well, I apologize for that. It keeps saying my browser doesn't support it. Well, Kristen, I guess it's just not meant to be today. I apologize. Don't understand the power of gold in my reading. That's okay, Tina. Let's see. Tina, were you the one that asked for the bump? Hold on. Let me go back up there. Yeah, Tina. So you said bump. So I did get to you because I gave you the gold card. If you don't understand it, that's okay. You don't need to understand it. Sometimes you just need to sit with it and let things unfold. A lot of times when people say they don't understand, that it tells me that the ego is getting in the way of, wanting to analyze, wanting to be right or be wrong about something. Let the gold unfold for the next week, right? Because until I'm back next week, because some of the best evidence comes after the connection or after the reading with me. And let the gold fall. I can't remember what the message of the gold was. Attract abundance. So it's actually, you're saying you don't understand it. The power of gold in my reading, it's talking about abundance, and abundance can come in many different forms. So it's going to be more of just waiting for that abundance to come. And again, we think as humans as abundance being money, but we're the only species that pays to live here. No other species does that. Abundance can come in laughter. Abundance can come in good health. Abundance can come in just, clean drinking water or warm water to take a shower. That is abundance. And so attract abundance through the power of gold. So that's the best I got for you, my friend. Good morning, Heidi. How are you? Love and blessings to you. Lori, good morning or good afternoon to you. Mary Lou, I see that you're watching. Thanks for being part of the team now. Go Dodgers. I told you yesterday during service, your dad came through and said Dodgers are going to win. They're going to the World Series. I saw that this morning when I got up. I saw that they had come back and beat the Braves 4-5, I think, and had come from a 3-1 deficit. So go Dodgers. They're in the World Series against, I think, Tampa Bay. I'm not a big baseball fan, but we were in service yesterday and Mary Lou's dad came through and he just had the message of go Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to win. So I was like, oh, okay. So they did. They're going to the World Series. Congratulations. Dodger blue. All right. Hi, Sandy Staples. How are you? So Lori Maddle would love a card. Okay, let me get you. Hi, Connie Kelly. How are you? So let me get to Lori real quick. And my brother loves you and the Dodgers win prediction. So your brother loves me. I love that, Mary Lou. Go Dodgers. All right, so let me get to where did I lost somebody here. Lori. So Lori, are you still on? If you're still on, guys, send me a like or a heart so I know that you're still on, because our attendance has dropped off a little bit. And when I see the attendance start to dip, that means that the energy is starting to dip and it's time for me to start wrapping up. But Lori, I'm going to get you a card here. I'm going to go with my my English deck, and it's this right here. It's a cool card because it talks about, it's a quote from Muhammad Ali, and it says this: rivers, ponds, lakes, and streams, they all have different names, but all contain water, just as religions all contain truths. It's called quintessence. So it's about, this card represents for you, it talks about equality, peace, reality, oneness, learning, humanity. So whatever's going on in your journey for Lori, this is talking about start embracing the humanity of what's going on and knowing that there are different religions, there are different lakes, ponds, streams, but they're all made up of the same thing, water. Just like religions, but depending on where you're at in the world, I always determine, I'm a spiritualist, so I don't, they always say that, religion is for people that are afraid of hell. Spiritualism is for those that have walked through it. I kind of believe that now based on everything I've gone through. But I always say that religion's based on, whether it's Christian, Catholicism, Mormonism, Judaism, Hinduism, Jewish, the list goes on and on. I find that it depends on where you're raised. It depends on how you were raised and what your parents instilled on you. But I also find that it's just one big record called religion. And on that record are different tracks based on where you're at in the world, whether it was Muhammad or Gandhi or Jesus or Buddha. but they all have the one soundtrack, the main soundtrack, which is love. And I found in doing mediumship and the work that I do, the only thing that transcends between the physical body and the etheric plane or heaven or spiritual world, whatever your belief system is the power of love. And so that is the one message of humanity, is the power of love. And we're going to need it in the days and months ahead, unfortunately. In order to have the great coming together for what I forecasted for my psychic predictions, we're going to have love, patience, peace, forgiveness, all of that. Because my psychic prediction, you go listen to my podcast on iTunes, January 8th, I talked about the roaring 20s, what the 20s were going to look like for us as we move into this new decade. And I literally called it the roaring 20s, like not from a dancing standpoint, from like a lion standpoint, like it's roaring. And I talked about the great coming together, sustainability, self-mastery, and homeostasis. And we're going to have a lot of things that are going to really pop up in the next 2 weeks, in all the way into early November with everything that's going on. So be ready, but also maybe disconnect from a lot of the stuff, social media, news, stay grounded. And of course, stay in love, not fear. Fear for me is false evidence appearing real. So Carrie Gibson, Manula, let's get you a card, my friend. I picked this card for you this morning. It says, my future is glorious. My future is glorious. Hi, Ron Campbell. How are you? It says, I now live in the limitless love, light, and joy. All is well in my world. So you can say that. My future is glorious. Because the best thing about the future, I get people that call me or, want to know my future. I want to know the winning lottery numbers. That's great and all, but spirit world doesn't care about winning lottery numbers. We don't care about money, because money, again, we're the only species that pays to live here. And that's going to be part of the transformations, is how we apply capitalism and how we equality and rich and poor and all of that's is on the front burner now and going to be addressed. But at the same time, your future is based on the seeds you plant today. So what you're doing today creates a future for tomorrow, but your future is never guaranteed. You can't go and your imagination can paint the picture of what you think it's going to be, but usually the big letdown is it doesn't turn out how you think it's going to be. If you would have told me I've been doing this 10 years ago, I would have said, what? I should be firefighting. Just like you can't go back and change your past. So plant the seeds you want today, and you can do that with the acronym, or you can do that with the mantra or affirmation, not acronym, affirmation of my future is glorious, and plant seeds for what you want today so you can create the future for tomorrow. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Pam. Hi, Jeannie, Columbia. How are you? You're welcome, Donna. Roxanne, how are you, my friend? We need to meet back up in Mexico. I need some vitamin D. I met Roxanne in Mexico a long time ago. She told me I'd be big and famous. I'm really not. All right. So, yeah, sorry, Tina. This is not on demand Healing Cafe. This is what is developed and what is delivered at the moment of the Healing Cafe. So you'll have to come back next week for a new card, but you have to work with the gold, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to attract abundance. So it is what it is. So no, thanks for being here. And again, if I did that for everybody, pulled a card that you didn't resonate or didn't like, I would never get through my show. So trust, it'll unfold as it should. Trust. Hi, Heather Brooke, how are you? Lori, I just got to you. So again, I'm kind of getting down on the queue here. Kimberly, I did get to you, my friend. You're welcome, Tina. All right. So Lori, I just delivered your message, and I love the butterfly. So thank you. Roxanne says, good morning. Been a while. Can you pull a card for health? Having some issues. All right. So Roxanne, let's just focus real quick. Magic in the moment. Take a deep breath with me. We're in the Healing Cafe. A lot of times the body responds to the mind. So I really want you to focus on positive affirmations, good visualizations, manifesting good health, because your health at the end of the day is your true wealth, not money. And I really want you to work on breath work. All right. Breath, we get into healing modalities. I don't heal people first and foremost. I'm a healer, but I lead people to heal themselves, because we heal from the inside out. We do need, medicine from time to time. We do need doctors and surgery, of course, from time to time. So I always have to say, as that, disclaimer, please seek out, a naturopath or a professional doctor. I'm not a professional doctor. I am a certified healthcare provider, but what I would recommend to you, Roxanne, I'm not going to pull a card for you. I really want you to research Soma breathwork, S-O-M-A. I really want you to work on your breath work, and I really want you to start breathing true and breathing deep and breathing with bringing that prana and life energy deeper into your system, belly breathing, if you will. because I just feel like your breathing is not adequate. Like you are not breathing, you're shallow breathing. And what I mean by that is a lot of people breathe through their mouth, which we don't want to do. We want to breathe through our nose because our nose is a filtering system. It warms the air. It keeps, we have nose hairs that protects the air as it comes into our lungs. Sometimes breathing through our mouth is a learned behavior. So we want to breathe in through our nose. And when we breathe in, Roxanne, we want our stomach to extend out. Now, I know women have been taught to keep your stomachs in, but when you're breathing true and you're breathing deep for healing breath, when you breathe in, your stomach should push out. So I really want you to work on breath work. I really want you to research Soma breath work. I've done it for my healing process, my counseling. It is amazing. What it does is it puts you in a state of hypoxia, which allows the body to rest. It gets the nervous system to stop fighting or flighting, and it gets you into a state of homeostasis. All right, so no card. Your card today is Soma breath, research Soma breath, apply Soma breath, and apply breath work so you can start feeling better. And I'm just sending you thoughts and prayers and healing energy here in the Healing Cafe. All right, my friend, thanks for being here. Come back, visit us. Hi, Eric. Hi, James. How are you guys? Wonderful truism. Yeah. Hi, Denise, Ramos, and Kimberly saying thanks, Mark. Okay, so I'm going to keep the Healing Cafe open just for one more minute. I've gotten to everybody in the queue, I believe. If I didn't, go ahead and add your comment now. I'm at the end of the queue, so I'm at the end of the line. If I didn't get to you, go ahead and add your question with the, in parentheses, bump. So hi, Denise, how are you? So I'm caught up to Denise. She was the last comment that I'm seeing on my end. So sometimes I don't always see your comments. That's not my fault. It is technology. It is Facebook. It is Zoom. It is Mercury retrograde. Just FYI, we're in Mercury retrograde until November, which applies to communications and technology as well. But if you have one more question for me, or if you want to come into the Zoom room, I'll do one more reading. Mediumship-wise, if you want to connect to a person, I'll go ahead and open it up now to the next person that gets in the waiting room. I'll admit you in and we can have a conversation. I'll just see what happens. We'll do it real time. See if you can give me one name and we'll go from there and see if there's a relationship or a message. I apologize to the one young lady that couldn't get into the Zoom room. It's usually pretty easy. So if you can download Zoom to your computer, your desktop, it's usually, I use it with people all around the world. So it's pretty easy. You click on the link, sign in the password, and you're in. So I apologize that she couldn't get in and connect. Come back next week and we'll try to connect with Houston, your brother, if that's who was trying to come in. So again, the link is in the comment section. I'll put it in one more time. And then I'm going to wrap up because I've got to get ready for soul guidance and inspirational messages for 2020. So let me get back to the Zoom room. Okay. Let me get the link. Link is in. Link is there. There you go. Roxanne says, thank you, Mark. Sometimes need a reminder. You look great. Hope in the future we meet in Cabo. Yeah, me too, my friend. Me too. All right, Denise. For you, let's go with a positive affirmation. And I'll just put the link in too. If you guys want to join me here in about, let's see, what time is it? It's almost 10. So about an hour and a half, we're going to be doing our 4th event in a series of 5. And there's more to come in 2021. It's called Soul Guidance and Inspirational Messages, Inspirational Talks and Messages for 2020. It's actually a great way to get a reading from myself or to be inspired from myself or my colleague in Norway. She's Norway's favorite inspirational medium. So if you want to participate, I'll go ahead and put that link in. Thank you, Colleen, for all that you do behind the scenes. There's the link for Soul Guidance. If you want to get your Eventbrite tickets, $20. And then on Halloween, we're going to be doing a dem with my colleague in England called the Blue Moon of Spirit. If you want to get tickets, they're $10. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be on Halloween. It's depending on your time zone. So I believe here, our time zone, it'll start, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, it will start at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then it'll be 5 p.m. London time. No, I'm sorry, that is our workshop coming up on November 21st and 22nd. This starts at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My fault. My bad. I was reading the wrong comments. So let me see if I pasted that right in. Right there we go. Halloween night. So I hope that you'll join us. Thanks for being here. And Denise, let me get to you real quick. It looks like Denise, or if you want to come into the Zoom room. Hi Tara, how are you? I'll open up to the Zoom room if you want to come in for a reading. Denise Ramos, anything for me? We always have something for everybody in the Healing Cafe. So this is your card. It says, don't take it personally. So it's like being a duck in water, or be like a duck and let it roll off your back, right? And it says this: if someone, let me turn the card here. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yes, that's probably it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to totally use this. Don't take it personally. So next time somebody comes at me or they're having a bad day and they want to take it on me, I'm just going to be like, they're just having a bad day. Maybe they pooped their pants. So I hope that made you smile, Denise. Thanks for being here. And don't take it personally. Be like a duck in water and just let things roll off your back. That's just very important for the pathway forward. All right. Hi, Diana. She's saying that's great. All right. So any last requests? If you want to come in and mediumship, I'll try to connect to a loved one. Going once, going twice. Anybody? If not, I'm going to disconnect and get ready for soul guidance and inspirational messages for 2020, starting here in an hour and a half via Zoom. Tickets are on sale. Tickets are online in the comment section. I know I'm cracking up too, Denise. That was awesome. I will totally use that in my mind now when somebody is like totally just ranting, or, you know, like, because on social media too, you get a lot of trolls and bullies and people that have opinion about everything. I'll just be like, they're just having a bad day. Maybe they pooped their pants. So I'm going to totally use that as well. But I hope that you apply that as well. Tara says, hi, Ken Reese. How are you, my friend? Tara says, hi, Mark. Great to see you again. I'm working on my healing, my inner self. I'd love to know what my guide, Funny Man, has. You're welcome, Rafe. Thanks for coming in and sharing the essence of your dad and your dad's memory of who he was and who he still is from the spirit world. I appreciate you, you and Bonnie. So thank you. Hi, Farella. How are you? So you're asking here, Tara Mitchell. Funny Man has to say it to me. Yes, he likes to be called Funny Man, and he's laughing about it right now. Tara, I personally don't connect to your own guides because I feel that that's subjective based on your journey. I'll give you a card, but I'm actually not connecting to Funny Man unless Funny Man was somebody that actually lived a life in the physical body and then through the power of death moved into the etheric spiritual world. That's where I would connect. But anytime you get into angels or ascended masters or your spirit guides, I find that that's your own messages, that's your own journey. And as a medium, I almost feel like I'm getting in the way of it because that is subjective based on your soul adventure. So, but the card that I'll pick for you know, if you want to incorporate, and if the Funny Man is representation of somebody that lived, I'm going to give you the ladybug today from the spirit world. To notice the little things. Let the ladybug, if you see the ladybug, and it can be, I know the seasons are changing, the ladybug is not as prevalent as it is right now with the changing months, but you may actually see the ladybug in a magazine, depending on where you live in the world too. It might be a warmer climate, but pay attention to the ladybug, which is just a reminder. If you want to apply this to your guide, Funny Man, notice the little things. It's the little things that bring our awareness, and awareness is what brings change. Change is what brings transformation. Transformation is what brings healing, and it sounds like that's what you're on. For you is the transformation or the healing process. So I hope that makes sense. And again, if you, because you're saying working on my healing, my inner self, and we heal from the inside out, not from the outside in. So notice the little things and have an attitude for gratitude. That's a big part of the healing process I found in my own journey of transformations and healing as well. So, all right, guys, perfect. Okay, so I don't have anybody else coming in to the healing room. Again, if you want to click on the link, password is 2020. If not, I'm going to wrap up. Okay, so let me cue up the music. And I just appreciate all of you coming into the Healing Cafe today. I hope that you you stay safe, you stay properly informed, and you stay healthy because, again, COVID is coming. It is ramping up, you know, and I just want you to be safe and enjoy life. So thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you next Monday for Metaphysical Mocha Monday. Starts at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by here, the Healing Cafe in the Zoom room at 8:30. And I come on as my way of just paying it forward, kind of my form of tithing, I guess you could call it. No podcast show today or Wednesday for Inspired Living Radio. It's going to be an encore show, and I'll be back next week with a live show and a special guest coming in from, I think he's in Finland, I think. I don't know. He's over in Northern Europe. So I'm looking forward to talking about his new book, which is, I don't know if I have it here. I do not. It's I'm reading it in my other room, but it's called 10 Ways to Talk with a Dead. It's a great read. So looking forward to that interview. So with that, I'll just I'll sign off. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And of course, until our next soul adventure together, be kind, be caring, be compassionate, stay in love, not fear, because fear is false evidence appearing real. And most importantly, for your journey, dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. I'll see you next week for the Healing Cafe. Take care, everybody. Namaste.
One planet, 7.3 billion people, only one you. Life offers us many opportunities and learning experiences. Are you ready to explore and discover this beautiful planet, the life and energy all around us, the spiritual world, and what is unseen, along with your own personal soul adventure? Marc Lainhart, the Intuitive Prospector, is the spiritual connection you have been prospecting for. Internationally known as a tested and professional clairvoyant medium and spiritual advisor, Marc's work as a metaphysical teacher, medical instructor, radio show host, inspirational writer, and hiking guide are here to help you on a journey of self-discovery, healing, inspiration, education, and a whole lot of spiritual awesomeness. Dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. For more information on Marc's spiritual practice in Seattle, Washington, please visit marclainhart.com or internet search The Intuitive Prospector.